Hi, and welcome to the first part of my video series on the comeback. I was once a USPSA Grandmaster shooter, an IDPA Master shooter, multi-time state champion, won a production point series when the USPSA had it, and I plan to come back better and stronger than ever. There are a lot more production masters out there and a lot more production grandmasters out there. I never hid in production. I've always loved to shoot production. It never was about seeking the competition as it was about shooting my best and shooting it with gear that I felt comfortable with, that I could afford, and that always worked. Shot an EA Witness Elite Match, or Tankfolio as a lot of people call them, and I loved the gun. It had so many great things. It was super accurate, and every time I dropped a magazine on the ground though, I'd have to clean the magazine. So the later years, right before I quit, I switched to a Smith & Wesson M&P 9L. That was worked over by Dan Burwell. When I say worked over, he polished the extractor a little bit, did his custom trigger job to it, and basically just polished up the internal some. Put a set of sights on it. I've never been a fan of fiber optic sights, so I didn't go with that route. Of course, this gun does not have a magazine safety. And since I just dropped it, it no longer has a magazine. The 9L is a really good gun. I've not had any problems with it. I've probably only got about 3,000 to 5,000 rounds through the gun at this point. That is really starting to change in the near future. The holster that I'm currently using is the one that came with the Smith & Wesson pistol. Came with my original M&P 9. And very simple holster. Straight up Kydex. Doesn't quite cover the tip of the 9L. Using CR Speed mag pouches for now. This will be the gear that I start out with. Definitely finish out 2014 with. Maybe even start 2015. I get some money and stuff together. I'll be stepping up to another Tankfolio, stock 2 this time. I've heard they've come a long way in the magazine advances, and right now my biggest focus is on my dry fire game, getting everything back to the way I want it, feeling comfortable, getting smooth in my motion and shooting. One of the last matches I shot was USPSA Nationals. After that, I've shot a couple local IDPA matches. The end of this month, I plan to shoot a good USPSA match, and there should be a couple master shooters there to see just exactly where I am, and of course hit a couple classifiers. When I say I was once a grandmaster, I don't know how the chips are going to fall. I feel right. A lot of my dry fire times, my par times seem right, but until I'm really in competition, and until I get my card back that says GM on it, I don't consider myself a grandmaster. But I do think I have a lot to point out. I've learned so much and relearned so many things that I think this series is going to be awesome for those who are coming up and learning things. There's so much more training available out there right now. Steve Anderson's dry fire books that weren't there because I came up with Steve Anderson through the ranks to master and grandmaster. Ben Stoker's got a lot of new great books out there. Bob Vogel's got some training video series. I shot, I think the second Nationals I ever shot, Bob Vogel and I rode together to Nationals. I look and see a lot of my peers that have done great. Bob, Ben, and just a few other people. And of course, not the name drop, but you know, we were all there together. And a couple times on the super squad, so you get to know everybody. I really miss shooting, and I think it's time for me to get back to it. If anybody has any questions, comments, post them below. Feel free to email me, Facebook me, whatever. All the links will be below. And until then, try to get your gun in your hand.